Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, Yahawashi, BaHashem, Rakakwadah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. James chapter 4, verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. And the inspiration to do this lesson was I actually saw this video by this Moabite girl, and basically she was talking about actually I guess I should just get the video. But anyway, the topic that she was talking about is how people in general have a problem with like thinking that they're the main character and whatnot. They've puffed themselves up to thinking that they Slakia. Okay, the thing is good. Alright. They puffed themselves up into thinking that they're more important than they actually are. Which we get so many. Bear with me one moment. Alright, bear with me. Almost done.
Syndrome, or
Jeez. Alright. Now, let's get this. Fuck. So basically, as I said before, she was basically talking about how people think, oh, they're the main character of their own, of everything, like a world revolves around them, which is, as she puts in the title, a plague. I definitely agree. It's, and I have to say, I'm not gonna lie, like, in all honesty, like, the thing is, I'm not subscribed to her, and I'm not, like, I just don't know how stuff like this, gets to me. But like, it's the spirit of Yahawadah that applicable in the sense of like it is like why would you say something like that like out in public, and why do you have to make everything about you when something just does not involve you? And this also is a thing where people insert themselves in, oh, what was that one term, I think parasocial or something like that, where people think that they are friends with these celebrities and whatnot, and they basically insert themselves and like, oh yeah, I'm friends with this person and stuff like that. So this kind of pushes a lot further with how people have such a high opinion on themselves and then project their lives into other people's lives, making it kind of cringe. Anyway, and also I'm not. When I say that I'm not subscribed to her, I don't mean any disrespect. Oh, I don't even mean any disrespect to her. I can be disrespectful. I can mean it, but just in this particular case, I'm not really trying to. There's no real need for me, because she does say something that is, applicable as well as, I guess, not understandable, but like valid. All right, so there's no real need for me to saying anything disrespectful. I'm just pointing out the fact that it is very amazing, very surprising at how the Lord can guide us into different topics and lessons through the simplest of things, just like me looking at a title the title of a video and looking at and the thumbnail, whatever, thinking, okay, well, maybe let's see what she has to say. Let's see what he has to say and whatnot. And then I'm getting this. Slacky about that long rant, but let's continue on. Well, first off, James chapter 4, verse 10, as we read, we need to humble ourselves in the sight of the Lord, and He shall lift us up. So that's one big thing that people learn. I hope is that don't try to brag about all your works that you do. Oh, I'm such a. Let me get that. As a matter of fact. Matthew chapter 6, verse 2, therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. All right, so now, in addition to that, verse 3, but when thou doest alms, let know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. All right, so this is the thing. When we do good, when we do something, like, we can't be saying, oh, everyone look at me, I just solved world hunger, I just gave this poor person, what's it called, some money and whatnot. But when you do it, you're supposed to basically do it, in secret, not seeking to get praise by men or other people, but just for the sake of doing it because you genuinely believe, yes, this is my obligation, this is my duty to help said person out. Okay, for us Israelites in this truth, it's only applicable to helping those that we know are in this truth, and / by extension just people that we know are not going to be giving us problems. Because tell you something. I'm tell you a quick story. There was this guy, this neighbor I had, whom he I think he okay, let me pick my words carefully because I don't want to incriminate myself or anything like that. Okay, or I don't want the police to think that, or anyone to think that I had anything to do with it. But we basically saw this dude, okay, outside when we were leaving this place, and it was a neighbor in front of our home. He was sick or something, and then he was saying, oh, I saw demons are trying to get me and whatnot. So we called the police, not the police, we called 911, said, hey, can you send a ambulance or whatever? This guy, oh shit, Slakia. This guy is saying he sees demons or whatever. And then he got help, and then he's all better now. But then the crazy part is he eventually became an issue to us. So we, not knowing what happened, we called the police, we called the ambulance, whatever, said, hey, this dude is, something, all right. And then the police came, ambulance came, whatever, they helped him out and whatnot. And then lo and behold, this Edomite demon, is banging on our door, bothering us, terrorizing not just us, but just everyone in general. All right, so that was basically our lesson to mind our own business. When it does not belong, don't insert yourselves thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be a good Samaritan and help people out. No, like, this is the type of shit that that was a very, very powerful lesson to me. It just let me remember, this is the type of stuff that can happen when you help these Edomite devils. When you go out of your way to help these people out, like, they don't care that you help them out. They don't care that you have good intentions for them. And that's the thing that Jake fails to realize all the time. When we have good intentions, we try to get along with people. They just don't want to get along. And why is that? Because Easy. Please tell me I got it right. Fuck. Two chapters off. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So, Esau has a perpetual hatred for Israel, and that because of that, doesn't matter what good we do, doesn't matter how kind we are, they don't care. Their only goal is the destruction of Israel. All right, so this and that is why stuff like this happens. Okay, so that was on us. Very important lesson. The YAHAWAH MANASHAH for allowing us to learn from that lesson, and as well as resolving that problem as it is resolved now. Because I believe I already talked about what happened. Anyway, in another lesson. So next, moving back on topic with the whole being humble. All right, where is it? 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful. This actually describes the current Babylonians today to a T. Honestly, this is just an accurate representation, accurate description of them, because they do the only thing that they want to do is to please their own flesh. All right, they just constantly want stuff. They are all constantly saying, "Oh yeah, I'm flexing on him," and all this stuff like that. All right, down the line in doing a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, it is the norm for the Babylonians. All right, and as a result, it's I find it extremely sad as well as disheartening that we being amongst them, if we're not necessarily, I don't want to say necessarily us, but like Israel in general, that do kind of, or that were because I'll say I was one of them that was previously in that mindset of, oh yeah, we can all just get along, we can just stop doing all the wickedness. While I was in that mindset, I wasn't fully aware of what was going on, behind the scenes, which is their intent, their malicious intent towards us Israelites. All right, which comes from Isaiah, Ezekiel 35 and 5, them having the perpetual hatred towards us and wanting us to be destroyed, which is what they do, with the whole gang, as well as pushing out all this negative media for our people to consume, as well as to mimic. Slakia. Okay, so in addition to that, this also ties into the whole main character thing, because again, when they see these types of imagery, these types of media, these what's the thing called, the music videos and whatnot, and music videos, movies, whatever, and when they relate to it, again, that turns into, again, like them projecting, as well as, this is like my life. I'm just like fucking, I don't know, Lil Nas X. I need to be just like him. I need to show your metaphorical dick and flex on everyone and whatnot. This is the, funnily enough, the thing. Like, this is how people are acting, actually, because Lil Nas X, like, whenever he does something, for the most part, that I remember him for, he did it like what's the word, like audaciously, where it's like he was trying to get people to talk about him. He was trying to get people mad. He was trying to anger everyone. All right. There was also, what was that one guy? That one guy that looked like Lil Nas X, Sonic Fox. Okay. not necessarily a I don't want to say influencer. I kind of want to say influencer. I guess influencer, and in a slocky. I don't not too sure, but yeah, it was a big thing where I think it did have a bit of malicious intent, but at the same time, I think it was more so him not fully knowing, the full intent of his actions. So I might have to retract Sonic Fox, but I will say Little Nas X, as well as um uh, most other, gangster rap and whatnot. More back in the early 2000s when they were trying to basically make that a thing. All right. Um, with that being said, okay. There was also this second Ezra chapter 14 verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And this is leading me to talk about, people who love claiming mental illnesses. And again, they make it so that it is, oh, I'm a main character, I'm this, that, and the third, I'm going through all these things, when in actual, I lie. While I do, while I do believe that there are a lot of demons on a lot of people, I will say that a lot of these mental illnesses, I think, are kind of made up or bullshit, because I find it very hard to believe that a majority of the population is suffering from trauma, from fucking what's the other thing? I don't know the thing, from trauma and just PTSD and all this stuff. Like I find it very hard to believe that. I think that they experience some sort of discomfort, and then they magnify it in order to say, oh yeah, I'm suffering through this, blah blah blah, look at my story, I'm a fucking main character, and it's just give me money. All right, so that's just my take on it, speaking as a man. All right, now they just might have a lot of a majority of the population might be mentally unstable, and I'm willing to say I'm wrong on that if that is the case. But just this is just my own 2 cents on it. All right, and I find it very hard to believe. I said I find it very hard to believe. So it just seems too out there. All right, but as a result, also, Slocky, there was fuck, I can't. There was also the matter of there was also the matter that people are. I saw this one video that what's it called? Let me actually duplicate this. Fuck. Okay, OCD. Christian perspective. Okay, yeah, here. I saw this video like not too long ago. Again, like this is how crazy YouTube is. YouTube is just suggesting a bunch of random freaking videos. All right? Like I'm telling you, it's like absolutely insane. Okay, so yeah, let's just skip to the actual problem.
Okay, we're good now. Wait, maybe just One more time. Wash 3 times. 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 You don't need to do it again. It doesn't feel right. Just something on my hands. It feels heavy. Wash 3 times. Okay, it's better now. Okay, perfect.
All right, so yeah, this was one of the examples. I'm gonna probably put the link to this video in the things if you want to watch the whole thing. I don't know why you would, but I guess sure, whatever. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, stuff like this, it could be an issue, but again, it goes into the whole main character thing, original topic of this video, and inspiration of this video, Slovakia, which is about, now this fucking disorder, this problem, instead of this accomplishment, all right, that barely anyone can do, Slovakia, that's another thing. That's another thing. So there's also this problem that barely any people have to go through, and I had to accomplish it. Then that's their kind of like, reason, like, praise me. That's now I'm going through this hardship I have to deal with, all right, and then they want to make that into a whole big, scenario, and then on top of that, there were a bunch of people. Where is it? Over here. I remember reading this. It says, when you said it feels heavy when washing your hands, I was shocked. I went through a really bad hand washing phase with my OCD, and I had that exact thought. My hands literally felt heavy and sticky, and I was hyper aware of the way my fingers were touching each other. It's so insane how powerful the mind is at convincing you of physical feelings that are not actually there. This is by Wid 173. And again, it could be the case. Okay, I'm not saying that they're fake. I think maybe this might be the case, but you know what I primarily think that this is this Matthew chapter 17 verse 14. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to us a man. They came to him. Let me start over. Matthew chapter 17 verse 14. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed. For oft times he falleth into the fire and oft into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Where is it? Verse 17. Then Yahawashi answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahawashi rebuked the devil of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. So this is what it is. These are demons that get on people, and there might be that OCD demon that might be a bit more permanent, I guess, or long lasting, whichever you want to call it, because I don't know how that OCD crap works. The YAHAWAH, I didn't have to deal with it, but I will say, from throughout, but for me personally, I am a bit of a germaphobe, but I'm not like super fucking obsessed about it. I knowledge of like, you know what, like I just touched something nasty, let me go wash my hands, or I just touched someone else's hand, let me go like, it's not obsessive, but like I can at the same time, even though I say like I just touched this when this person just touched it or whatever, I want to wash my hands. I can also be like, okay, I know this person is fucking nasty as fuck, but I'm gonna just ignore it, and then I'll just go on about my business. I'll wash my hands later and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm still able to acknowledge that yes, there are some germs, okay, but it's not like a heavy thing on me. And the thing that they were saying, there's a heavy sticky thing, that's the demon that's getting on these people, that making them feel this type of way, which obviously seems like more so like maybe potentially a lower level demon, because it's not making them, do any self-destructive behaviors, but at the same time, it is clearly inconveniencing them, as you see with this video. Again, definitely check it out if you want to, if you feel like it's worth your time. Okay, continuing on. Again, as I already previously mentioned, again, because of stuff like this, all right, because they have to deal with like demons like this, they want to make into that whole. And this video got what, 8 million views. 8 million views. This is like, okay, yeah, this is my main character moment. This is my moment to capitalize on my struggle, so that I can be, praised, and I can exemplify myself. All right, when this is I will say, bringing attention to certain things is good, but we've gotten into the point where the only reason why this got 8 million views is because people are trying to or people have been, what's the word, talking more about these mental illnesses, and I guess romanticizing, that's the word, romanticizing them. All right. Okay, then this is it. Okay, so Romans chapter 12, verse 3, for I say through the grace of, let me start over. Romans chapter 12, verse 3, for I say through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as YAHAWAH hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Just when you're thinking about stuff, just try not to think too highly of yourself, but these Babylonians are going to think highly of themselves. They're going to find any way or anything that's either wrong with them or good with them in order to exalt and make them seem like they're hot shit and whatnot. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Abab, Labal, and Shalom.